start recording. So, we are here. We are going to be trying first attempts. I feel like, have you guys ever played, like, pre-made material before? Like a pre-made adventure?
Nope.
Okay, so we're all going to be trying this for the first time. I'm going to be trying to DM it for the first time. And you guys are going to be trying to play it for the first time. I read plenty of good reviews. Like, I picked one that had a lot of, like, good reviews. So hopefully I can execute it really well. So we are going to be doing the mini adventure called The Wild Sheep Chase.
Okay.
Let me see if the author is mentioned. Credits and acknowledgements. Let me see. All other original material. Richard Jansen Parks. Okay, I think he did all the original work for this, so there's the credit. So this is designed for 4/5th level characters. It didn't give, like, a target, like, number of players. So since we have the 3 characters, mine included, I decided to tell you guys to do 5th level. So hopefully, since we don't have a standard 4 people, being 5th level will help.
Yeah.
So, all of the characters are gathered in a small town. We'll call the small town Shanty Creek. I mean, it's not very small. It's large enough to house a few inns, quite a few shops. You know, you got the shops on the upper end of town, and you have the shops on the lower end of town. And quite a few people live there and make their living there. There are a few farms and whatnot as you come into the town. And this town does have its own house wizard. So it was large enough to have a wizard in the town. Where our characters are starting is in a small local tavern. And the tavern is literally called A Tavern Without a Name. For short, No Name Tavern. Because the intelligence level is lacking. And as they are in this tavern, they can see it's quite busy. It's in the evening. There are a lot of people that have come to the tavern to kind of, like, wind down from their day of work, get a, shot of brandy, get a tankard of mead, ale, whatever it is that suits their fancy. There are some men playing cards at a table, and a group that seems to be celebrating a successful harvest thus far. And on the center wall, there is a bulletin board with job postings of tasks from all sorts of people near the area that have menial works or more difficult works that they need sorted out, usually in return for some sort of compensation, whether that be gold, equipment, passage perhaps to someplace else, anything of that kind of sort that one would consider something of value to them. The board has, a couple dozen little postings on it, usually jotted in tarnished paper. There is one that is jotted in a napkin. There's one that seems to be jotted on a faded newspaper print. Whatever people were able to find in order to write up their requests. Now, most of the requests on the board are, some mercenary work or, looking for someone that can take on like a part-time job or looking for someone to handle some dirty work or, there's one on there that says like babysit my mother for me. All sorts of just little jobs here and there. And there are some like actual like mercenary jobs where people have requested that a group of bandits be wiped out or, reported issues of wolves stealing like sheep from the flocks out in the shepherd's fields. Various little jobs that tend to draw travelers in need of money, as most travelers are, to the board, especially in such a small town, almost a remote setting. It's very, very easy to get yourself, 10, 20, 30 gold or more when you need it. So, what are you characters doing?
Okay, I guess I'll go. So Arlo was probably, no doubt, playing cards. He's like just leaving the table. Cheated a bunch, got his share, got out before anybody, picked up on what he was doing, and he's probably just looking at the board right now, scratching his chin. His posture is not great. He does not look like you're like, hey, that guy looks pretty put together. No, that's not him. Yeah, he looks kind of messy, but don't worry about it. He's just checking out the board right now.
All right. Okay. So, Giggles probably didn't arrive not scampering in, kind of looking around her surroundings. Probably doesn't. And she's probably stopped at basically every see what because she's a bit nosy. But then she kind of finds this board with a bunch of paper, just of all types of kind of poke her nose board to see what the hullabaloo is about.
Okay, so Lunasith has taken to kind of pulling an Aragorn, sitting in the back corner, just smoking her pipe, kind of keeping to herself, not really too worried about anything going on around her, kind of almost blocking out all the incessant noise in the tavern. She's gotten pretty good at doing things like this, just ignoring the people around her and kind of centering herself and relaxing, even in places that don't seem you could relax at all. But with two other people kind of lingering around the board that she's sitting close to, it kind of draws her attention to the board as well. And, she herself is, like many others, a traveler of sorts. So, seeing other people that look dressed in, garb you would expect of travelers, she probably does stand as well and kind of linger behind them, kind of just like looking at the board from afar, looking for ones that she can see that are promising compensation, particularly money. Gotta get them coins.
Heck yeah.
So, Does anyone want to roll investigation to see what they find?
We
All right.
roll a d20, right?
Yes, it's going to be a d20 all the time.
Right.
Make sure you don't forget your bonus.
Okay, let's. Oh,
Gotta do some math.
I got a 21.
Okay.
I got a 14.
Okay, so we're going to start with the 14 first. So that way I can work my way up. So our boy, Arlo, the redheaded rogue,
My boy.
he kind of is drawn more to the posts that are more clearly written. So they're written on blatant parchment with ink that you can easily read. Quite a few of them are kind of just odd jobs. There's a few for heavy lifting. There's one about like joining up with a sailing crew for 6 months for a delivery run, and it lists the compensation you get like at the beginning and then the rest that you get at the end. So it's basically trying to get you to commit to, a delivery run for 6 months. And that doesn't seem all that appealing, especially not for a rogue to be trapped on a boat for that long. So Arlo kind of keeps looking. And the 21, Giggles would see on the parchment that kind of looks like faded newspaper. Looks like an extermination job. But instead of it being like critters or anything like that, it's actually an extermination job for an invasion of sprites that this person is convinced is stealing their crops. It doesn't go into detail, the post, about why this person thinks it's sprites, but they are very convinced that it is sprites. So, on the parchment, it does list a very hefty reward for meeting with this person and sorting out the missing crop issue, listing it well overpriced compared to all of the other ones, kind of around 1,000 gold pieces.
Yeah.
So that's way out there.
Wow.
However, you don't know anything about sprites at this point unless you want to roll Arcana.
I mean, why not? I'll give it a roll.
Okay.
Oh shit! I got a nat 20.
Okay,
Add
so
3 to that.
You know that sprites are awful creatures. And the term sprites would more equal to fairies, or the creatures that are responsible for the existence of changelings. You know that sprites and fairies and things of the like are not to be taken lightly. You know that they are very tricksy. You know that they are much stronger than they let on. And there is never just one. There have been stories about sprites and fairies, straight up just entire colonies of them disappearing without a trace in a matter of moments. There have been stories about these tricksy creatures that have given a changeling child to women, and then when the child did not grow, and the woman went back and demanded answers, the changelings did not help her because all she had asked for was for a child. So she received a forever baby.
Oh,
So you know that these creatures are not to be taken lightly.
ee. So I guess Giggles, she looks over this, probably plucks it off the board. Oh, how interesting. 1,000 gold? She says that out loud.
Yeah. Arlo's like, 1,000 gold, you say?
Lunasith
Butts in.
immediately is just like, looks up from under her hood and is just like listening.
And then Giggles is just talking to herself. She's like, oh, but they're so not good. And then she kind of like, she turns to the other two who seem to be lingering towards her. Like, just, hello there. Did you need something?
Arlo, he just says, I heard you, you say 1,000 gold? You say 1,000 gold?
What's it
Yes.
for?
Well, it says it's an extermination. And, I mean, the person here thinks we need to exterminate. And I guess that explains how much gold he's on. I don't really see much else on.
Okay. I'm gonna roll to see if Lunasith knows shit about sprites. Jess, if you want to roll, go for it. Just roll a d20 and add.
I know right now he knows nothing about sprites.
Okay.
Like, I don't even know. That's just him. He knows nothing. Also, 1 second, I have to hop on to mobile because my computer is not doing so hot right now.
You're good. You're good.
I'll be right back.
So, Lunasith only knows that sprites ain't no joke. She only rolled an 11. So she's well aware of, like, you know, the fact that they're fae and they're tricksy fae. She knows that they're from the trickery domain, but that's about all she knows. She hasn't heard any of, like, the myths and tales and whatnot. So, Jess back?
Yeah, I'm back.
Okay.
Hey.
So, Lunasith, she takes a step closer and she lifts her hands, and as she's lifting her hands, you can see she's wearing, like, lace gloves that only come up and around her middle finger, and she has black painted nails, and she just, like, grips her hood and, like, throws it back over her hair, and, like, all her, like, purpley gray hair just kind of tumbles out around her chest because it had been tucked into her hood. And she's got the big black crescent moon on her forehead and very, very dark eyebrows, despite having light-colored hair. And her eyes, now that you can see them, are almost as an Asimar, they kind of look like they're glowing a little bit. But they kind of look like a very milky purple color. And they're pupilless. You can't see the pupils. So she almost looks like she could be blind, but she's not acting like it. So she kind of takes a step closer and tries to peer at the parchment. And she just kind of, like, puts her hand out and she's like, "Can I please see the paper?"
Oh, of course. She just hands.
So Luna kind of takes the paper and she, like, looks at the two of them and then looks at Giggles and is just like, "So how would you feel if I just took this and ran with it?"
Well, I wouldn't feel too great about it.
Well, you're lucky that I'm not going to do that.
And thank you.
So Luna takes a look at the parchment and then looks at the rogue and she's just kind of, like, gestures with the paper and is like, "Would you like to see?"
And he just yeah, I want to see. And he saunters over, gets a little bit closer so he can get a peep at that paper.
1,000 gold piece reward.
That's all he's seen. He's like, oh, I want that money. Oh, shit. He's not saying all this out loud. It's just like that inside of his head. He's like, fucking 1,000 gold, 1,000 gold.
Well,
You can see it in his eyes, though.
well, we could always team up and split the reward.
And he's like doing the math thing. You know, like kind of writing in the air.
Luna just looks at him.
Giggles is watching, very amused.
Oh, he's like, oh yeah, it's still pretty good. It's still pretty good, yeah.
That's at the very least 333 gold pieces to each of us.
I think it's very good.
Yeah, I could dig that.
And then, like, the one left over we can use to buy a round to celebrate afterwards.
I like.
Yeah, it sounds like a plan.
Well, then, if we're going to team up, then I think that introductions are in order. I am Lunasith. It is nice to meet the both of you.
Oh, nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
And you are?
Giggles.
Me? Who is she talking to?
Both of you.
Oh, okay, I'm Giggles. I'm from out of town, but I decided to come to town for this job. Nice to meet you guys.
Likewise.
Nice to meet you. I'm Arlo. Yeah, I'm from around.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Again, I already said that.
Alright, now, if we're all in agreement, then we should shake on it.
How do you shake?
Arlo goes like this, and he shakes his body.
No! With your hands!
Giggles shakes her body too.
No, with your hands!
So Giggles gets it together long enough to extend her hand. You know, visibly, she has claws instead of fingers. So she still got a soft hand. She just has claws.
So, Lunasith doesn't seem bothered by it and extends her hand out as well for the handshake. And she keeps the handshake quick. She's not like one of those people that try to challenge people through handshakes. And then Lunasith goes to offer out her hand to Arlo.
Arlo, he does that like 2-hand crossing thing to do like shake both hands.
And Luna just is like, alright then, eccentric.
He's like, thank you.
Alright, so now that everyone is paired up, you guys can decide exactly what it is that you want to do. If you want to take off right away, whatever.
Giggles, antsy to get going.
Yeah, Arlo can get a move on.
Actually, Giggles would like to buy, a cup of milk.
A cup of milk?
Cup of
Okay. Like regular milk?
Yeah, regular milk.
Alright, the probably only costs like, what, a copper piece?
Yeah, she goes to the counter and orders a cup of milk.
So the innkeeper is just like, a cup of milk? Alright then.
I like milk.
Like cow's milk?
Do you have any other kind of milk?
Well, milk is another word for like, different alcoholic beverages.
Oh, no. I don't want to drink right now. I have to go to work soon.
Okay, so cow's milk, or do you want goat milk?
Ooh, I love goats. Can you get the goat's milk?
Alright. Leave a copper piece on the counter. I'll get you your milk.
And she just leaves that.
And she receives the milk pronto.
And she literally gulps that in one go. Pronto. Alright, guys, I'm ready to go.
As am I.
Yeah, let's do this.
Alright. So, the party meanders out into the streets, clutching the flyer in hand, trying to determine what direction they should probably go in to try to find said Mr. Miles is who posted it.
Alright.
Trying to determine where he is. As they're having this conversation, trying to decide, oh, we should go down this road. Oh no, he probably is here, yada yada. That conversation is happening. They hear, coming up the cobblestone road, the sound of clattering hooves. Almost in a very fast pace, coming up like click, 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 click. And paired with these clattering hooves are surprised yelps and very frantic bleating. So, coming up the street really fast.
Oh.
And before the party can react, they see this fluffy white coat, black face, curled horn sheep charge up towards them, holding a very decorative scroll in its mouth. So with the scroll in its mouth, the bleats kind of sound a little muffled, like as it comes up, but it's very frantic and very, very upset. So the sheep kind of darts directly to Lunasith, and then kind of like is almost like bouncing in between Lunasith and Giggles, almost seeming to like wave the scroll at them, like waving its head around, like and it seems like very, very insistent, which is odd for a very regular sheep.
This is such an energetic sheep.
And it just goes while waving the scroll around more.
Oh, is that for us? I'm going to take the scroll now. Excuse me. And
the sheep lets you grabs the scroll.
All right. She opens that scroll.
You can't. There's a seal.
Oh my god, you can't!
There's a seal.
Is it like
a wax seal wrapped around it. It's a very eccentric scroll. And the wax seal seems to have some runic marks on it, almost seeming to label it.
Can she bite it?
She wants to bite it? She wants to bite it off.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, she can try.
What do I gotta roll?
To bite it off?
Yeah.
Let me see. Apparently her mother never told her to not put strange things in her mouth. I don't know. Give me a second. Just roll just straight dexterity, I guess.
Alright. I got a 17.
So you go to bite the wax seal. Your mouth immediately you get the awful waxy taste. It gets stuck in her teeth very easily. But she does pull the scroll off, like the seal off. She does rip the scroll a little bit though.
Oopsie.
But yeah, she does rip the seal off with her mouth. Wax stuck in her teeth now though.
So she's picking at the wax in her teeth with one of her claws and then kind of just holding it open to see what it says.
Okay. Roll an Arcana check.
Oh, got a nat 1.
You think that this scroll is just a shitty love letter from one goat to probably another goat.
Giggles. She's just laughing and saying this is so cheesy.
Oh my god. I can't believe this.
Luna goes and looks at it, and she's just like, what's cheesy about this?
It looks like a love letter between two animals, but I'm not sure how they would. That's very interesting.
So, Luna rolled a 16, so Luna knows what this is. So Luna literally just takes the scroll. It's just like, let me see this, please. Trilo, come here.
I love the scroll.
So Luna's like, it's not a love letter. This is a scroll of speak with animals.
What does it do?
And as she says it out loud, the sheep seems to be nodding its head at you. Almost in agreement and insistence.
Arlo's just staring down this sheep. He's like, oh god.
Well, a scroll of speak with animals is exactly what it sounds like. It's a scroll spell that allows you to speak to animals. And the sheep is still nodding the whole time, like it understands.
So Giggles kind of looks at the sheep and then kind of looks back like, well, if you can use it to talk to animals, maybe you should use it to talk to the sheep because the sheep is still here and I'm not sure why.
Well, we could try, though this is not what we were supposed to be doing.
It's fine.
All right, then. So, Lunasith begins to read out loud the contents of the scroll. And as she's reading it, the buying of the sheep slowly begins to morph into a very cultured, elven-accented common.
Oh my
albeit
gosh.
it still has, like, the slight hint of a bleat. The sheep kind of is like, Yes, you can understand me now. I'm quite concerned that you wouldn't know what I was trying to tell you. I am Finnefier Shinebright, a wizard.
Wait, Finnefier Shinebright. Got it.
No! Finnefier Shinebright.
Finnefier Shinebright.
No, you don't. Finnefier Shinebright.
Oh, you said Finnefier?
Finnefier.
Oh, fear. Oh. Sorry, man. Calm down. Jesus.
No, I have come because I am in great need. I require help. Please.
What kind of help?
I can tell that you are adventurers by the way that you are all, by the air that you exude.
Okay.
And I am in great need to be taken back.
No. God.
To my tower. You see, there's been a very bad accident. You see, there is a magical artifact of mine that I must recover. And as he's babbling, the party can hear loud howling begin to fill the air as it comes up the street from the direction that supposed Senethir had come from.
Oh boy.
It's accompanied by the sound of angry yells and the occasional scream that seems to be drawing closer and closer. Quickly, as they approach, it becomes apparent that this is a huge half-orc, kind of pushing his way through the crowd without a care for anybody standing in his way. In front of him walks a pair of large wolves wearing iron collars, while a hulking figure in a dirty brown cloak travels in his wake with footfalls loud enough to be heard over the ruckus. So there's a half-orc, there's a large cloaked figure, and two wolves. The half-orc sets his small, squinty eyes on the party and begins to stride over, kind of with a swagger in his step, with his hands kind of casually resting on the hilt of a greatsword. Adventurers, that sheep before you is Wizard Master Noakes, and he desires to have it back immediately. And he kind of like bellows this in a deep voice, very demanding, as if, immediately assuming that this sheep is with the party. That's just what it seems to be. So.
This guy? This sheep man?
Yeah, he's assuming that the sheep is with you guys. Like, you guys are a party. That's what he's thinking. And he kind of is, like, staring you guys down, waiting for some sort of, like, answer or response.
So does the sheep look like any other sheep?
No, he looks like a
dude,
dude,
looks
right?
like a regular sheep.
My favorite kind of sheep.
So So Giggles just gives this orc a very confused look like, oh, sir, what are you talking about? I bought the sheep at a farm not too long ago.
Do not take me for stupid, little one.
Now, I never said that. You just said it yourself.
And he, like,
Arlo looks at her.
he kind of exhales very sharp through his nostrils. And you can see these wolves on their chain leashes that are being held by the huge figure behind the orc. They have eyes that seem strangely intelligent. And as these become closer in view, you can see that the large cloaked one behind the orc is actually a brown bear standing on his hind paws, seeming to act as a person.
Aww. I love this brown bear.
He doesn't love you.
Damn it! I love my animal handling. I'm kidding. No.
You must hand over the sheep, says the orc once more. Kind of just, like exhaling harshly once more and furrowing his brows.
So Giggles, she's still giggling like a mad person, but it's now got an undertone of like nervousness, but she keeps it up. She's like, well, sir, that would be stealing then, because I paid money.
That sheep before you belongs to Master Noak, the wizard of this town. His sheep is important. It is of great sentimental value. And it has escaped, and I have come to collect it. So you have a choice. You can step back, or you can die.
Wow, you really jumped the gun with what?
And you can see that these wolves are reacting, and like kind of like trying to lunge on their chain leashes at the sheep. And by now, Fenethir the sheep is kind of like hiding behind your guys' legs. And you can kind of tell that despite your efforts, they know that sheep is the sheep they're looking for.
Oof, finger snaps.
Can Arlo make an insight check to see if what this guy's saying about the sheep belonging to the wizard is true?
Yes, you may.
Hey! Okay. Gotta do some math. I got a 17.
Okay, so obviously, you know that there is no way that a sheep that there's no way that this talking sheep that claims to be a wizard can belong to someone. That's kind of like the mentality you come to.
Alright, okay.
So yeah, that's what you're thinking. You're thinking there's no way that this intelligent sheep belongs to whoever this Master Noak is.
Okay, let's call this sheep intelligent. Alright. Sorry, that's Arlo. Arlo's gonna kind of like, he's gonna do that weird like lean back. He like goes on the heels of his feet, bounces from the heels of his feet to the balls of his feet, and he's like, "This sheep, are you sure?" Like, just look at it. It's kind of dumb if you ask me.
Stop playing around. Give me the sheep, or there will be consequences.
Yeah, I know you said it was give you the sheep or die. Are you sure there's not like a third option in there? Anything else you got for us?
Not with the aggravation that you are causing me. This is your last
all right.
chance.
All right. Okay, cool. And he just like looks at his two new friends.
Giggles. He's giggling. Holy shit, we're gonna die.
And Lunasith is just, you can see that she's already kind of got her hands on her mace at the back of her belt. She is ready.
Arlo, he kind of like takes a step back, put some distance between him and this orc man, half orc man. Not too much, but he's just like, huh. So you like this weather? Pretty nice out today.
That's it! He rips out his great sword, literally like causing the sheath, the leather of the sheath to just rip and burst as he rips the great sword out of its confinements, and he just runs into battle. And as soon as he goes, the bear throws down its hood and also begins to like charge into combat, going back down onto all fours, ready to go. Roll initiative, please.
All right, let's go.
Oh boy.
And that's also a D20, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a 6.
I got a 5.
That's with your initiative bonus?
Oh no, then I got a 7.
Yeah.
Okay. So Lunasith with a 17. Giggles with a 7. Arlo with a 5.
Don't worry, he's fun.
And then Guz the half-orc.
Guys!
Hey, you guys didn't even ask him his name.
Arlo was getting there, he just...
Giggles was nervous.
Wolf. And then Benethir. Okay. So, top of the round. First one is Lunasith. So, we don't have a map for this part. So we'll kind of let the speed kind of slide. There is a map for the second encounter.
Okay.
But speed for this, we'll just consider everything as pretty close quarters.
Okay.
Let me see. Actions. We don't need that. We don't need that. How does this work again? Okay, so my girl, she's gonna kind of pulls back, and as she's doing so, she pulls her hood back up and kind of you see her flex her fingers, and she begins moving her hands in a motion where one goes up and the other goes down, almost in a circular orb kind of motion. And then she just kind of surges them forward. And as she does so, a black beam kind of like bursts from her hands and stretches out to attack the bear that is charging towards them.
Yes, queen.
This attack is called Vampiric Touch. Okay. Plus, that's 19 to hit. Ooh. Please tell me she hit. Oh, yes, she did. Oh, yes, she did. Okay, so I've never had to, like, manually keep track of, like, health and stuff, so give me a second. We're gonna... So... he has... minus... So that hits. Gotta roll for Dimig. Gotta roll for that Dimig. Actually, don't do damage. He has to do a con save. So I have to roll for his con save. Actually, I can do that with Roll20 because I have it pulled up on Roll20. I just clicked it. Why didn't Roll20 go? Okay, he failed. So this bear, this beam kind of envelops the bear. And as it does so, you kind of see like these almost deep burgundy sparkles seem to like latch onto his fur. And they stay there. And, you know, for out of character purposes, what Vampiric Touch does is on a hit, the target deals only half damage with weapon attacks that use strength until the spell ends. And the spell lasts a minute, and each turn is 6 seconds. So 6, 12, 18, 24, 36, 42, 48, 54. Okay, so that's at least one turn order. That's something. That's something. Bonus action. No, that's all she's going to do for this turn. Okay. Next is Giggles.
Okay, so Giggles is going... She's going to use Moonbeam.
Okay.
So... for visual purposes, I'll just read out what it says. A silvery beam of pale light shines down a 5-foot, 40-foot cylinder. Range. Spell ends. Dim light. He's got to make a constant saving throw. Take 2d10 radiant.
Who are you attacking?
The half.
The half-orc, okay. He's got to make a con saving throw?
Yeah.
13?
That fails.
Okay, so how much damage? Roll for damage.
Damage? $14 damage.
Alright, 14 points of damage. 14-point damage. So... oh, my phone's over there. I gotta open a calculator on Google. Calculator. minus 14. Okay. Alright. Is she gonna do anything else?
She's probably gonna try and keep her distance.
Okay.
Every enemy on whatever puts her 20 feet away.
Okay. Arlo, it's your turn.
All right. Okay. So Arlo, he's gonna, keep his distance too because he doesn't want to die. So
Me too, bud.
he's gonna bounce back a bit, put some distance between him and that angry orc that he's not going to admit that he probably provoked. And he's gonna pull out his short bow. Okay. And he's gonna try and do that. Let me roll. Ba, ba, ba. Alright, so that's. Let me see if I did that right.
Yeah, make sure you add your hit bonuses.
Alright, okay.
What are you using for the character sheet?
I use D&D Beyond.
So you can see on your stuff you have everything equipped, right?
Yeah.
So it's gonna say range, and then it's gonna say hit/DC. Do you see what I'm talking about?
Yeah, okay, so, okay.
Yeah, that
and
plus number is what you add to your D20 roll for the attack, because that's all your bonuses.
To the D20 roll?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, let me. Alright, those.
That plus number is if you're proficient in the weapon, you get your proficiency bonus, and then you're probably getting your dexterity bonus.
Okay, so he got a 19.
Okay. And he is attacking the half-orc?
Yep.
Okay. 19 hits, so go ahead and roll for damage.
Is that the D22?
The damage is there's a column that says damage.
Oh, the 1d6 thing?
Yes, and then plus whatever.
Alright, do that. He did 8 damage.
Alright. Good job on the 8 damage.
Thank you.
8 damage.
Good job, Arlo. You're a... Man, you piss him off, shoot him. You're just a dick.
So now it is Guz's turn. Goes the half-orc.
Oh, no.
Guz. So Guz is going to use his feature Reckless, which means he gains advantage on all melee weapon attacks during his turn. But in return, all attack rolls against him also have advantage.
Good. Okay.
You get to roll twice and pick the highest one. So he's going to take his greatsword. And he's going to charge right after Arlo, because Arlo did aggravate him. Yeah. He's going to take his greatsword and he's going to basically whirl it over his head and just bring it down very, very harsh.
Alright.
Okay. Alright.
This is making me nervous. Arlo, why you gotta be an asshole?
Oh no.
Oh no.
24. I doubt.
Yeah, that. Yeah, that just makes it. That just makes it.
Alright. 1, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 points of slashing damage.
Alright. Okay.
Okay.
All right, that's not too bad. We're still.
I mean, if we all die, we know now that when we do a one-shot, like, premade adventure, we need to find a fourth person. It's fine. Yeah. Okay, so that's his turn. The bear now. I'll have the bear because it's not an intelligent beast the way the wolves are. I'll have the bear just naturally attack Lunasith since she attacked it.
Yeah.
Let me reread what her thing said again. So it has... Oh no. Oh, the spell she had used was Ray of Enfeeblement. Okay, that makes more sense. On the hit, the target deals only half damage. Okay. And at the end, it can try to break the effect. Alright. So, the bear... Oh, he can multi-attack. Fuck.
Me.
Okay, so the bear is gonna try to slash Luna with his claws first. And then he's gonna try to bite her. So she's essentially getting mauled by a bear right now. Okay. Alright, so the bear kind of like, you guys see the bear charge up to Luna, and you see Luna like brace herself. Like she takes her Cleric shield, which is shaped like a gravestone because we're sticking with aesthetic here.
Oh my gosh.
And she like braces herself. Like you see her like bring it up to protect her face and her chest. As she gets tackled with the claws. So the claws are rolling. Oh, a nat 20.
Oh no.
Alright, well, he definitely tackles her. And he definitely sinks them claws in. Thankfully, he's only going to do half damage. And he tries to bite her, which also hits. With a 22.
Oh my gosh.
So, we got... He's only doing half damage, though, which is good.
Okay, thank God.
Okay, I gotta do math. 13 plus 6 plus 12.
Oh no.
Oh boy, that's quite a bit. Okay, and then I have to half it, though. Thank God. How do I half that? Where's the thing for halving? Where's even a multiplication sign? Okay, I guess that's times a half. Okay, 15 points of damage.
Oof.
Okay, so thankfully in Roll20 it doesn't like force you to do math. You can enter the damage points you got and it automatically does it for you.
Yeah.
Thanks D&D Beyond. Okay, I do like D&D Beyond's character sheets more. We talked about this yesterday, but just gonna say it one more time. So yeah, he did 15 points of damage. It could have been 31. It could have been
Thank God it's not.
Points of damage.
That's terrifying.
So right now we have this bear like on top of Luna, and that's the bear's turn. So now we have both of the wolves.
Oh boy.
And the wolves seem to be circling around the combat, kind of like zeroing in on the sheep.
Oh no.
And the wolves don't do anything. They just kind of like are zeroing in on Fenethir and like growling and snapping, and you can hear him start bleeding. Anxiously. Because he is not a happy boy.
No.
Not happy boy. So
I don't blame him.
Yeah, he unhap. And that's both of the wolves' turn. And then last in the order is Fenethir. But he's not gonna do anything either because he's a panicked sheep right now. So, top of the turn order, Lunasith. Once again, she's gotta get this fucker off of her. Let me see. What can she do? I'm trying to see. What does this one do? No, we don't need that. Excuse me. Ooh. Creature that you see within a range to make a Constitution saving throw. Is she technically Ray of... Oh yeah, that's concentration. So if she breaks concentration, then it automatically stops. She's gonna do it. Okay. So, Lunasith is gonna break her concentration on the Ray of Enfeeblement spell. So that whole nice little perk that she had with the half damage goes away. And she goes to cast Blindness, Deafness, which is another necromancy spell. What I gotta roll for that? Just one creature you can see within range to make a Constitution saving throw. It lasts for a minute. Okay. So she casts that, and he has to make another Constitution saving throw. There's 2 dice in here, which there shouldn't be. This is the bear. Oh, I don't even roll for him because I have him on roll 20. Ooh, nat 1, critical fail.
Brady!
So she decides to blind him. Blind the bear. So he goes blind. Which causes a natural unintelligent bear reaction where he kind of panics and rears back because all of a sudden he can't see anything. Which allows Lunasith to quickly get up and move. But since she had been knocked prone, she uses 15 feet to become unprone, so she only gets to move 15 feet away. So it's fine. It's fine. Whatever she needs to do. 15 feet is better than nothing, and the bear's blind now. So, bonus action, let me see. Nah. Okay. So, that is Lunasith's turn. Giggles, it is your turn.
Okay, so Giggles is going to close her distance for sheep. She's next to... Does she come into contact with any of the wolves doing that?
Describe how her movement going over there essentially.
Well, she's probably waiting for an opening so that she's not running super close to the wolves as they circle. She's probably so she's being aware.
Alright, then she makes it over there safely.
Alright. So she uses her walking speed, and she's going to insect play the wolf.
Okay. Here, I'll give you numbers. There's 2 wolves. Wolf 1 or Wolf 2?
Okay, we'll go with Wolf.
Wolf 1?
Yeah.
Okay.
And Wolf 1 has
Wolf 1 has to what? You broke up.
make a Constitution save.
Constitution save. Okay. Wolf 1. 13.
Just lost. Just failed. So Wolf 1 takes 19 piercing.
Ooh, Wolf 1's dead.
Oh,
Like, you just
Giggles!
see this insect plague embodiment kind of like eat away at him, and then all of a sudden there's
Man.
a skeleton of a wolf on the ground.
This is biblical, man. I'm shook.
If Arlo wasn't busy getting beat up right now, he'd be like, damn!
Yeah, if Lunasith
And-
didn't just get near mauled by a bear.
And I will bonus action to use healing word on Lunasith.
Thank God.
Hey. Go for it.
Goodness. I heal Lunasith 7.
7 points.
Yeah.
Oh, bless. Bless,
And then
bless your soul. Okay.
and then Giggles, and she's still guarding the ship, so.
Okay, good. That brings us to Arlo.
Alright, okay. So, Arlo, he's, took some damage. You know, he pissed off this big orc, half orc. So, you know, he's gonna be like, alright, guess I gotta see what he's gonna do. I'm gonna assume that he's kind of like in close contact right now.
With Guz.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is.
Okay. So what he's going to do is pull out his rapier,
Okay.
and he's gonna try and do a little ditty with that.
Slashy slash.
Try to get some slashy slash back. He just got slash.
Yeah. Go for it. Go.
The hash slinging slasher. Oh, he got a 17 without his bonus.
Ooh, okay, so that hits.
So, my boy.
That hits, so roll for damage.
All right. Gotta make sure I'm putting in the right numbers. Okay. Oh, roll, please. He does 12 damage.
12 damage?
Yeah.
Okay. Does he have any, like, bonus actions or anything that he wants to do?
I know he has something.
That's what I
All
like
right.
about D&D Beyond, is it breaks it up in tabs for you.
All
That's
right.
my favorite part.
He does have a bonus action. He... I think what he's gonna do for this bonus action is, let me just make sure, because I don't want to be like, oh man,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
I want to be positive. I think he's gonna, after this, he's gonna disengage, because he has cunning action.
Okay.
So he's gonna like Aladdin his way out of this shit, you know?
Alright, so bonus action disengage.
Yeah.
Alright, that's good. That's how you avoid opportunity attacks.
Yeah, boy.
Alright, so that brings us to... So when he does his bonus action, does he move?
Yeah, he does. He's trying to create more distance once again. He's kind of like getting around. So he's gonna use his speed, which is 30 feet, and like bounce back.
Okay. I see him.
Arlo's doing his, like I said, just imagine Aladdin running away from the guards.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, so we are on Guzz. Guzzy.
Guzz.
So Guzz, let me see. I'm sorry, Arlo. Guzz is irritated with you.
It's okay. Don't
So he
worry.
comes after you once again,
Oh boy.
using his 30 feet of speed.
So you would take that back about 5 feet. All right, let's do this.
He comes swinging. He comes swinging.
I mean, me, Jess, I love Guzz, but Arlo not so much.
You made him angry.
He just had to ask about the weather. God damn it! I should have known that was I should have known that was a sensitive topic.
Ooh, this actually might have missed.
What is it?
5, 8. I think that missed.
It was an 8?
Yeah.
Yeah, that missed!
And
Oh!
so he's so angry that he swings too early and he misses. And thankfully Guzz does not have any, like, extra attacks.
Hey, bada swing!
That's
Thank the
literally
Lord.
what happens. Okay, so with that being said, we are on the bear. The bear is blind now.
Look at the bear, look at the bear.
The bear, he blind. Let me see. What exactly? He might not be able to do shit. A blind creature can't see and automatically fails any ability checks that require sight. Attack rolls against the creature have advantage. Okay. I feel like he's gonna plummet. Okay, he can hear Thenafir's bleeding. So he plummets towards the bear does, who's still blind. In like a blind rage, plummets towards Giggles and Thenafir and just lashes out at Giggles with his claws. But thankfully he has disadvantage, and he tries to do it twice.
Okay.
So, do a 10 or a 13 hit?
13 hits.
Okay, so. Are you sure?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Her armor class is 13. Does that mean it hits?
Yeah, it does.
Okay, it hits.
Are you on D&D Beyond?
No, I'm still using Roll20.
Okay, just making sure. Because I was about to say, I'm like, well... because usually the common is to have like 14 or 15. So does she have like any armor at all or no?
She has
Or does she have like very, very light armor?
She has light armor on.
Oh, okay. Alright. Yeah, that means that one of it hit then.
Yeah.
For 8 slashing damage. So the bear's paw, the first one misses because you manage to like kind of like lean back as it swipes, but then the next one, it kind of like comes downwards at you and it scratches your shoulder for 8 slashing damage. That damn bear. Okay, so the other wolf, he's still kind of circling. He hasn't been scared off, even though his friend was
alive.
Yeah, like taken care of.
Yeah.
Not in a good way.
Yeah.
He's still around though. He's still floating nearby because he got a task to do. He got a task. So this wolf kind of like stays where it is and doesn't take any actions. Senefear holds the dodge action. He's going to hold the dodge action to use it as a reaction if needed. Alright, back to the top of the turn order. Let me see here. How? Okay. Do I got a spell that actually does some damage? Do I have a spell that actually does some damage? Okay, what about this? No, that's not gonna work. What about this? Okay. Okay, so Lunasith is gonna cast no, she's not. Because that requires concentration. So many dead things.
Me.
Okay, she's going to use her... As an action, you can transform into what? What do I transform into? What is that? No. Okay. She's just gonna take... Honestly, both of them do the same fucking thing. So she's gonna take her quarterstaff and go to help Arlo out.
Aww.
Does to smack him.
Think Arlo's gonna be happy.
Her quarterstaff has like a bird skull on the top with like a bunch of feathers and stuff. So she goes to hit him with the bird stick. Oh boy. That's 15 to hit. Does that hit Guz? Yes, it does. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. Okay. 1d6. 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 points of damage. So she smack Guz. He beam smack. Where the fuck did my calculator go?
Me.
What is this trash? I need a calculator. I can't do math. 25. so Guz gets smacked, and he kind of like has to stop and like hold his head for a second. But he's only, paused for a moment before he's like back to his seething way.
Back to his rage at Arlo.
Yeah, he pretty angry. So the bear is still blind. And the bear is going to once again try to swipe at Giggles with his claws because it knows it hit at least one time last time, so it's going to try again because it knows something is there. So he goes to swipe twice with his big old bear claws, but still at disadvantage, thankfully. A 9 I know doesn't hit, but a 15 does, correct?
Definitely.
For 12 slashing damage.
Woof! Giggles, no!
He hit you good inside. He
Oof.
hit you inside. He smack. It no good. It not fun.
Mm-mm.
It not good time.
Nervous cackle.
No good. No good time. So yeah, that is Bear's turn. Wolf still hasn't been provoked. Thenifir is going to hold his dodge action again. So we're back at the top of the round with Lunasith.
Wait, did we skip Giggles and Arlo's turn?
No?
No, because you did Lunasith and then she hit Guz, and then you went to the bear.
Oh, yes, because I wasn't doing it. You're good. Go ahead.
Okay. So does that mean it's Giggles' turn now? Because she was before Arlo.
Giggles goes first.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Listen.
Okay.
We
It's okay. I was just confused.
Best.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
I was just a little confused.
Okay. So Giggles, she's not feeling too good. She's gonna just pull out her spear. She's gonna chill out with the spell. She's gonna pull out her spear. She's gonna try and stab the bear in the muzzle. Yeah, we'll go for the muzzle. 17.
That hits.
All right. Seven damage.
Actually, the first bit of damage the bear has taken.
Oh no. Okay. I don't want to use. Hold on.
It's okay, you're good.
Yeah, take your time.
We just made these characters. It's probably going to take a hot second to, realize what's going on.
Honestly, though. I gotta admit, though, I do like D&D Beyond sheet, because it's like, eh.
Yeah. Do you spell Arlo just A-R-L-O?
Yeah.
He has homework to do, guys.
Me too.
Okay, so okay, so is there like a move that Giggles can make so she's like on the defensive after she ends?
No, not unless you're like a monk and have patient defense.
She is not a monk. Okay, so
I'm sorry.
no problem. I think it's going to end your turn then. Still between the bear. So
Okay. Alright, then it is Arlo's turn.
All right. Well, since obviously Arlo is not going to be able to shake Guz off, he's gonna get some more slashing going on. He's gonna hold his. Just look at his stance. He's gonna hold his stance. All right, let me roll. He got a 16. Does that hit?
Who's he hitting? Guz?
Yeah, it does.
16 does hit Guz. Go ahead and roll
Oh,
the
thank
damage.
God. All right. He does 10 damage.
10 dimig?
10 dimig.
10 dimig.
10 whole dimig.
I'm so surprised.
I know. Arlo's doing pretty decent.
10 whole dimig. So Guz is starting to look pretty worn out. He's
Oh boy.
worn out, boy. Okay, now
And-
it's Guz's turn.
Yeah. Oh no.
So Guz is going to go reckless again.
Mm.
And he is, in his reckless rage, just gonna fight back at Arlo. They having a
God damn it.
showdown. They have
Arlo
a fight.
versus fight.
Exactly.
Wait. This little rogue man is trying his best.
Ooh, 19.
Oh yeah, that hits. That hits.
That hits your boy. That hits your boy.
Mm.
Oh boy. 6
No.
plus 11. 14 points of slashing damage.
All right. He's still alive.
Well,
So-
I would hope so. We're level 5.
Yeah, that'd be pretty pathetic.
Okay.
He just dropped it. All right, you said 14?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. I mean, he's looking kind of worn out, but like, hey, he's still standing.
And like clusterfuck, I can't remember if I accidentally made the bear go or not. I think I did, so we're just gonna go back to the top of the order. I'm pretty sure I did at least.
I think so.
Yeah, I'm like pretty sure.
yeah.
So Lunasith is going to. Jesus Christ, girl, you better. Okay, yes, she's going to cast Cure Wounds on Giggles.
Bless.
Because I don't know what you looking like, but I think we probably need it.
Yeah.
Okay, so I gotta roll. Oh, where'd it go? I need to see what I need to roll. I don't know off the top of my head. Okay, I need D8. What's the D8? D8. Alright. 4 plus 3. 4, 5, 6, 7 points of damage. Not damage, healing. Healing.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. That's Lunasith's turn. She's not going to do something else. So that means it Giggles again.
Okay. So Giggles,
Giggles.
she's gonna pull her spear out, and she is again going to. Well, she's gonna stab for the throat. This.
Okay. On the bear?
The bear, yes. I got a 6.
Yeah, 6?
I got a 6.
Yeah, that's not good enough. You missed the beer.
Damn, and he's blind. What you doing, Giggles?
Yeah, and he blind. Did you roll with advantage?
Oh, I didn't. Hold on.
Okay, roll one more time.
Oh, shit. I got a 20.
You got a 20? Okay,
Yay!
now it hits.
Beautiful. Okay. So, that's 16 points.
16 points
Yup.
on the beer.
Yep.
Minus 16. Ooh, now the beer looking bloody. He looking tired.
Go to sleep, bear.
He no hap. Okay. Arlo, it is your turn.
Okay. So before he was feeling a little cocky. Now he's back to not that. He's like, all right, I forgot you were a beast of a man. Okay. And he's gonna, he's gonna stick to it right now.
Yeah, he gonna keep it up?
He's gonna try and match this. It's I guess it's a man thing, I guess. I don't know.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Yeah, don't worry, Arlo. Gotta add. Oh, I got a 16 again.
A 16?
Yeah, yeah, boy.
A 16?
A 16.
A 16 to hit Gus?
Yeah. Gazzles.
Ooh. Oh, holy shit.
What?
That's a big ass fly.
Oh no, thank you.
He done better get out of my room.
No, thank you.
I open the door. Okay, now I'm unhappy because I don't want to fly in my room, so give me a moment. We know life this way.
That was my song. So,
Hmm?
yeah, that's pretty good. Don't worry. If this was on roll 20, I would be, I'd be spinning Arlo's token around. Oh my god, I'd make twins. Double Arlos.
Oh, I love that. I love twins.
Yeah. Not gonna lie, I think I might draw Arlo.
I think I might draw Giggles again.
Gotta draw out my red boy.
Yeah.
He's kind of an asshole, but it's okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Did you roll your Dimmick?
I did. He did 8 damage.
Okay, so you can see Guz is starting to slowly lose his balance and fall to his knees a little bit. But he's still standing.
Damn it.
And speaking of Guz,
Yes! Guz, you make me nervous.
So as he's going down,
as he's falling.
he's gonna go reckless again.
Arlo.
And just lash out with his sword and attempt to hit you.
Alright.
So,
Oh,
let me see. Plus, oh, it's only a 10 to hit.
it misses.
Hey.
Alright. Now it's the bear's turn.
Oh boy.
No.
The bear's also looking pretty weak. And in his weak state, he regains his eyesight.
No.
And with that being said, he immediately goes to try to batter Giggles with his claws and bite her. I think they both missed. Oh, wait, no. Oh, wait, yes. Because it's 12 and 11.
Yeah, they both missed.
Alright, the bear misses you as you manage to essentially dodge out of the way safely and soundly.
Giggle cackles.
The wolf still stalking. And Fenethir gonna hold a dodge again, just in case. So we're back at the top of the round again. And how's Arlo looking on health?
He's doing okay. I mean, he's got 29.
Okay. So we're not in dire need.
Not in dire need.
Okay. Let me see here. Okay, no, she's just gonna hit Guz.
Yeah.
That quarterstaff. D20. Ooh, nat 20! Yes!
Yes!
26 to hit, definitely hits Guz. So she takes both of her hands on her quarterstaff and smacks it down real hard, which means I get to roll a D8 instead of a D6. 2 plus 3 plus another 2 for crit. So 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. Hey, that's just enough.
Thank God.
So you
Sorry,
see,
Guz.
as she smacks down the quarterstaff hard on Guz's head, it splits his skull open, and he fully falls forward on his face.
Yes.
in the earth.
Love it. Arlo's just.
However,
Yeah!
oh my god.
He was getting aggravated too. He's really happy right now.
Lunasith is just, she lodges a quarterstaff in someone's head, but then just kind of stands up and is just like, so it's just sighs.
I love it.
And then, let me see. So that means Guz is gone. Wolf is gone. We still have Bear and the other wolf. Alright, Giggles' turn.
All right. Bear's still standing, right?
Yes.
All right. So Giggles is again. She's just poking holes in this bear with her spear. Ugh. That's an 8.
Yeah, that misses.
That misses head.
That
All right.
miss. That miss.
Yeah, I guess that's her turn then.
Alright, Arlo.
Alright. Arlo, in his midst of his little cheer squad for Luna, he's gonna he's feeling pumped. He's gonna kinda like turn around and he's gonna see, Giggles having trouble with this bear. And he's gonna put his rapier away and pull out his short bow again. Okay. And he's gonna try and get some action in on that. Yeah.
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 I support him.
Yeah. So he got a 14. Does that hit?
A 14?
Yeah.
On the bear?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Yes, that hit him.
Yes, Arlo, boy, you did it!
Roll for some damage.
Rolling for that damage. He got a 9. Hey.
So
Yeah.
the bear is still alive.
Dang.
But he looks like he's about to like collapse. Like he's like staggering. That means it's the bear's turn.
Yeah.
So the bear in its rage is going to try to claw both Giggles and Fenifir.
Oh no!
So the first one is for Giggles. 17 to hit.
That hits really hard.
And he also hits Fenifir.
Did Fenifir not have a dodge? What is...
Hold on. Don't worry.
I was gonna... Fenifir, my weird sheep son.
Alright, so Giggles gets 10 points of damage. I see this fly and I really want to kill it. 10 points of damage. Fenifir is going to roll to see if he can dodge. Oh. Okay, he did it. He rolled an 8.
Oh, thank goodness.
So he dodged. He quickly bounced. He okay. But Giggles got his 10 points damage.
I'm still alive.
Alright, that's the bear. Wolf still hasn't been aggravated, so it's still circling Fenifir. And Fenifir is gonna hold the dodge again just in case. So that means we're back to the top of the turn order again. Boy. Okay. Alright, she is now going to actually use a vampiric touch. So, where'd my D... Oh, there's my D20. So, you guys can see her, like, kind of, like, flex her fingers once more. But this time she kind of, like, brings her hands closer together, like, where where her palms kind of, like, touch, but her fingers don't. And, like, a red, jagged kind of beam blasts out very quickly, almost like a thunderbolt. And it strikes the bear. Hopefully. 7 plus 6, 13. Hey, she hit the bear. She hit the bear.
Yeah.
Okay, so on a hit, target takes 3d6 necrotic damage. And okay. 5, 1. So that's 11. And as this hits the bear, you guys see the bear, like, literally wither and crumble to the ground in a pile of ashes.
Thank goodness.
As the bear withers, you see, like, a red flash of light envelope Lunasith, and she regains 5 hit points.
Good.
And that is her turn. So the bear is dead now. So that leaves us with just the last wolf. So,
Okay.
Giggles, it is your turn.
Okay. So I'm gonna try something different from attacking.
Okay.
We're gonna see what happens. Giggles is going to try and maybe scare the wolf off with a very loud hyena cackle roar thing. Cackle bark or something.
Okay.
Oh, so that's rolling intimidation, right?
Yes.
Okay. Oh shit. Okay, hold on. I got a 25.
Is that a nat 20 or no?
Nah, it's an 18, but she's very proficient with it.
Okay, so with this very high roll for the wolf, I'm going to roll just a charisma saving throw. Alright, yeah, so you definitely scare him off. So, with the hyena cry, this wolf kind of, you see it, like, its ears perk up and then quickly lay back. And it starts to, like, step back with its ears still laid back against its head. But with a second cry from Giggles, almost as if, like, staking your claim in a bestial way, the wolf kind of, like, lingers off in defeat, giving up the prey.
Good shit.
So the wolf is gone. So that means that encounter is over. Good job.
We lived!
We did it!
So, as the dust settles in the streets, and the people in the streets have kind of like calmed down a little bit and aren't all freaking out, you see the sheep come bouncing back on over and immediately begin speaking once more. Please, my friends, I need help. Those men that were after me were sent by Wizard Noak.
Wizard Noak.
You see, Wizard Noak has many, many guards that will eventually find me, and my life is on the line.
Okay. This is gonna be Arlo. Yeah. How about a thank you? What the hell did we just do that for? Come on, man.
Well, I'm a sheep right now. I can't give you anything. At least not yet.
You could say thank you. That is better than nothing. Don't ignore that. Don't ignore what we just did. Come on, sheep.
Well, of course. I apologize. You have to forgive me. I am still quite in shock. Thank you for helping as far as you have.
You're welcome.
Now, please hear me out.
I'm listening.
If you're able to help me, then in my true form, I am a very powerful and wealthy wizard, and I promise you will be compensated greatly. Whatever you want, just name it.
Whatever you want.
Giggles, he kind of turns to the party. He's like, well, can you give us a little gift that's a little more, a little more than 1,000 gold? Because we were on our way to take on a job, and, it was worth 1,000 gold, but...
Yes, whatever you want.
Well, what's your offer?
More than that.
What do you think, guys?
Well, he said more than that. He could give us 1,001. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want him to be like, yeah, sure.
Well,
and then
if he gave us 1,002, we could split it up 334.
So, sheep, can you give us that much?
How much? You seem to have not agreed on a price.
The, 1,000 and... Huh?
How about
Yes?
2,000?
That's a big number.
2002.
2,000.
And 2. That or 2,000 and a really cool hat.
All right, 2,000 and a really cool hat.
3 hats. I don't want to seem greedy.
You want 3 hats instead of 2,000 gold. All right.
No, I want 2,000 gold and 3 hats. You sheep.
Well, now you're only getting 1,000 gold now.
Well, then we just won't help you. All right, let's go, guys.
Wait, no, wait. Surely I jest. I can promise 2,000 gold pieces, a really nice hat,
Yes?
and perhaps some interesting items that you may consider taking with you.
Hmm.
Hmm.
All right. All right.
You should at least
I can
hear out my
settle.
story first.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah. I guess I could listen.
Well, until 2 years ago, I owned and worked out of a tower on the outskirts of town. Perhaps you've seen it as you have been coming in. I was a wizard of no small talent, specializing in transmutation magic.
Ah.
And my most prized possession was a wand of true polymorph. One fateful night, as I was coming out of my meditative trance, I found my apprentice, Ahmed Note, standing over me, clutching my wand. I demanded to know what he was doing with my wand, but the only noise I heard as I opened my mouth was an angry bah!
Oh.
I was a prisoner in my own garden, you see, kept there by my once apprentice. I was forced to eat nothing but grass and buttercups, while the hungry wolves and other beasts stared at me.
So,
Last night, I felt hope for the first time in many, many months, when my previous apprentice left the home without closing the door. He had never done that before. So I snuck out, and I managed to snatch up that scroll of Speak to Animals. And I came here as quick as I could, hoping to find someone who would activate the scroll for me, in order to be turned back into who I am and be able to pay you all for your work. We need to recover my polymorph wand. As far as I know, my old apprentice still dwells in my old home, which I will want back. He keeps the wand on him at all times, and only leaves if he absolutely has to, I've noticed. I know the layout of my home in detail, as I had lived there for a long time. And I will describe it to you happily, actually, because I am very proud of what my home looks like.
All right.
So, there's a path over there that leads directly to my home, because I used to perform all sorts of little magic tricks. It was very popular here in town. I used to help out in the town. I used to be a very friendly face. So there's a path that leads directly to my home. That is where these beasts came from, I'm sure.
Hmm.
If we head there, then perhaps we can get my wand back. What say you?
guys,
Mm. Oh, I mean, yeah. All right, let's do it.
The promise of a hat, is that good to you?
Yeah, plus the 2,000, boy.
Well, it's not 2,000 each.
each?
No, I said it's not 2,000 each.
Oh, sorry, I misunderstood. I mean,
I'd
I'll
ask
do
this.
it.
It could be if you all stopped being so greedy.
Yo, you're the one asking us for help. Don't you insult us.
Well, you're the ones asking for 2,000 gold.
Hey, money is money.
I
What?
understand it is the prize of simple-minded people.
You call me simple-minded?
No, you caught that?
Yeah. We didn't shake on this deal yet, sheep. Better
I know we haven't.
call me
That's
simple-minded
why
if you
you
want
should
that.
stop mentally spending the money before you have it. To you too.
And he's gonna like huddle in with Luna and Giggles. So he's, oh, what do you guys say?
Well, I don't see why not.
I'm okay with that.
All right. And he turns back around and he looks at the sheep. Okay, I guess we'll help.
Oh, that's absolutely splendid. Come now, let's head directly onwards to get this sorted out. I have been a sheep for far too long now.
Is that how you normally talk, or is that just the sheep part of you?
Sheep!
All right. Okay.
Alright, so do our adventurers follow the sheep into the woods?
Yeah.
Can we like pause at like a shop or something?
What kind of shop?
Like a health potion shop?
Okay, sure. You guys stop at a apothecary's.
Okay, yeah, Giggles is gonna buy like 2 health potions.
Let me look up how much health potions cost.
You see how much they heal.
Yeah. Arlo's gonna do some of that business too.
I think you guys are about to find out these are kind of expensive.
Oh boy.
Hmm.
How broke is Giggles?
A potion of healing is 50 gold pieces.
Can she get a sample?
The apothecary looks at you very insulted. So the apothecary is this there's a very, very, very dark skinned like African looking woman. We're so much so we're like her skin is so dark that it almost looks blue.
I love.
And she's got some pretty mean like pearlescent highlighter going on, like she crushed some pearls.
Oh, she's glowing.
And she's got it on like the tip of her nose, on her Cupid's bow, and she wears it as eyeshadow.
Oh my god.
I have a picture of her. She's actually one of my Skyrim characters.
I might know who this is. Yes, I know.
So she kind of like looks at Giggles and is just like, "Excuse me? A sample?" Come
I don't necessarily have 50 gold on me, but I really need some healing right now.
That is when you go to a church.
A church?
And you beg for free things. This is my living. It is an insult to me that you would ask for a sample.
I didn't know it was an insult, so my deepest apologies.
And she just kind of cocks her eyebrows and raises them slowly, and like slowly pulls the potion of healing off the counter. And it's like 50 gold.
50 gold?
50 gold.
So she pulls out her coin pouch and she just empties her 10 gold onto the counter.
Oh!
I have 10 gold and 1 copper piece. Can I get anything?
For 10 gold?
And copper piece.
I suppose I can give you a sample.
I would be most blessed.
Alright, so for 10 gold, all of your money,
Yep.
Hatotis gives you a lesser potion of healing, which only regains 1d4 hit points.
It's something. She thanks her.
And Hatotis just kind of looks at her.
Thank you so much. I'll put this to good use.
I can tell.
Arlo was kind of like waiting behind. Yeah, as if he was like waiting in line. He's like, yeah, can I get a healing potion? he has the money though, don't worry.
50 gold.
He's like, alright, let's put a dent in my wallet. Alright, here you go. And he puts it down.
Does he kind of like messily put it down?
You know what? No. Money is the only thing he's not messy about.
So he like nicely has it like pre-counted and hands it to her?
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
So she seems to appreciate this. Like, her look of discomfort goes away. And she's just like, ah, yes, a true patron of my wares. 1 potion of healing. And she passes it to him.
Thank you.
So, yeah, make sure you add a regular potion of healing to his inventory.
Gotcha.
Okay. Lunasith ain't buying nothing. And Hatotis is kind of like staring not very happily at the fact there's a sheep in her shop. Yeah, you just see Lunasith holding Thenafir, the sheep, in the background. And Hatotis kind of like, it's just like, well, now, good luck on your adventures.
Thank you. Yeah,
Thanks.
Giggles just kind of saunters out.
Hatotis follows them out of the shop so that way she can close her shop.
My gosh.
Alright, so you guys had some potions. Are you ready to saunter down the trail?
Yes.
Alright, so the gang saunters down the trail. Cluppity clup clup clup. And the path to the tower cuts off from the main road a few miles out of town, darting off between a gap in the bushes. It is a well-trodden route that soon begins to weave its way between tall oak trees. So, anyone want to do anything while you're traveling, or no?
Giggles is just walking along, following the sheep, giggling to herself.
Arlo's probably in the back of the party. He's like not right behind that sheep. Also, I have a question.
Yeah.
Do we keep our hit points like the same as what they were at the end of that encounter?
Yeah, because you guys did not do a long rest.
All right.
At least
Yeah.
you haven't yet.
Yeah.
So as you're going along, you eventually do come up to a point along the trail where you can start to see the top of the tower appear through the treetops.
Okay.
And as you kind of like continue on and get closer, you all begin to see that rather than stone or glass, the house before you seems to have been formed from the living branches of 4 sturdy oak trees. These have been shaped and woven to create 3 thick platforms. The lowest of these platforms is roughly 40 feet across and sits about 10 feet from the ground. The only obvious route up to up is a gentle slope formed of roots and branches that connects roughly with the main path. Branches curl around its base, creating a rough bowl shape around it. From where you stand, you see flowers and small trees growing around its edge. By far the largest of the 3 platforms is the middle one, which looks to be around 60 feet across, is about 20 feet above the ground, and is fully enclosed with a wall formed from twisting branches. You can see evenly spaced window-sized gaps, as well as what appears to be a door at the point closest to the garden platform. And finally, the tallest platform is roughly 30 feet above the ground and is much smaller than the others. It looks to be linked to the central platform by another small slope. Scattered beneath the platforms are 2 small wooden huts and a large outhouse. So as you guys are kind of coming out of the clearing, you can see there's a trio of like apes lingering around the outhouses at the base, as well as another bear. Not a good time. The brown bear seems to be inside of the outhouse taking care of his personal business. Whereas the apes are kind of like dancing around on the lawn, all with iron greatswords stuck into the grounds beside them. But yeah, you guys can see the door, like the entryway from there. And you guys know that what you're looking for probably on the inside the tower. Probably not out here at the outhouses.
Yeah.
But we got this brown bear and these apes blocking the way. And they haven't noticed you guys yet.
Okay.
Are they like standing directly in front of the entrance?
Let me.
Huh?
I'm gonna send you guys the map. Hold on.
Okie doke.
Okay. You see where the outhouse is in the bottom near the middle?
Yeah.
There's the garden platform, and the garden platform is like how you enter. So like
Yeah.
the apes, the bear is in the outhouse, and the apes are like prancing around in that area between the staircase and the outhouse.
Okay.
Stay in the way.
So we wouldn't really be able to sneak on past.
I mean, maybe.
Because I was going to suggest, because Giggles has pass trace, and that affects her entire
She has what?
pass without trace.
And you know what Lunasith has? She has thaumaturgy.
So, like...
So she can make a distraction.
Yeah, I mean, Arlo is pretty stealthy.
So
he's going to be even stealthier with this spell.
Yeah, he's got a +9 stealth.
Alright. So Lunasith looks at the party and she's just like, okay, so do we want to fight these guys, or what do we want to do?
Fight these guys? Oh, they're apes with swords.
I don't want to fight them right away. Let's get to the wand. I have a spell that can make us extra sneaky, sneak past them. We might not even have to fight them.
How does it work?
Well, I'll be able to mask you in a veil of shadows and silence. So you won't make that much noise, hopefully.
Looks at the sheep.
Okay, well, to help with that, I could cast thaumaturgy, and I could create a distraction.
I like that. In the opposite direction.
Yes.
Hey, I can run.
Yeah, this sounded pretty good.
Okay. So what Lunasith does is she casts thaumaturgy, like 30 feet past the outhouse, kind of heading off towards in the opposite direction, over towards where the third platform is. And she casts thaumaturgy in the form of the sound of Thenafir's bleeding.
Oh my god.
Which does end up luring these guys away pretty instantaneously.
And Giggles quickly casts Pass Without Trace. She quickly casts. So that means everybody has a +10 bonus to stealth.
+10 bonus, and with thaumaturgy means advantage.
Right.
Damn.
And none of us can be tracked except by magical means.
Okay. Alright, everyone roll that stealth roll with the +10 and with advantage. So make sure you're...
Alright. Alright.
Okay, that's a 20.
Yeah, I did pretty good. I got like a 29.
I got a 26.
Hey! Alright, should we roll for Thenafir?
Yeah.
Oh no, Thenafir.
Oh no,
Don't
I
you
closed the sheet for him. Maybe we shouldn't.
Oh no.
Okay, hold on. Then if you're... Let's go!
Do not blow this for us.
Oh, he rolled a 24.
Oh,
Thank God.
Alright, so you guys make it past onto the first platform. No problem. No problem.
Hey.
Alright, let me see. So, you guys make it quickly and quietly without a trace onto the garden platform and are able to weave through the garden platform without struggle. And as you climb up the stairs to the largest middle platform, you find that there is a door, a big door, that is locked. And
All right.
there's a big old, like, lock on it for a key. But otherwise, there's a big old locked door preventing you from going inside.
Guys, the door is locked.
Well, I mean, he lives here. What do you expect?
Let me check something. See if I can do this. Yeah, just ignore my singing, okay? Well, I mean, Arlo has, it's called Fast Hands, but it's, he uses his theme.
Jess, you're breaking up really bad. Oh my god, Jess! Jess! You are breaking up. You are breaking up so bad.
You sounded like a robot.
I am.
You sound better now, but I have no idea what you said.
Oh, I said that, am I good now? Could you hear me?
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
Okay, I don't want to, like, say it and then have to say it 12 times. It's called Fast Hands. You know, make a sleight of hand check, and he can use his thieves' tools to disarm a trap or open a lock.
Okay.
Alright, go for it.
Alright, let me slurp this up. Alright, so that's that, and I have to add his little proficiency bonus. So, okay, 21.
Oh yeah. He takes his thieves' tools and makes quick work of that lock, and within moments, he hears that triumphant click. And the door creaks open a little bit, successfully unlocked. So.
He gives them all a thumbs up. He's like,
Do they head inside?
Can I make a perception check real quick?
Yes.
See if there's anything spooky going on. That's a 19.
So you do notice that in the room, so you guys see, like, where the door is. The door is where, like, the bridge across is. You see in the room, at, like, on the map at least, the top of the room where that work table is, you see a man in wizard's clothes seeming to furiously work away on new spells, and he hasn't noticed you guys yet.
Okay. Okay. I got.
So what do you want to do?
Well, I think we should continue our sneaking.
Okay. What do you see?
Yeah, there's a wizard dude in there. He's kind of busy. He doesn't know where.
Is that the guy we need to get?
And you see Fenifir the sheep nod his head.
That's the guy we need to get, guys.
Well, then, should we just attack him? Or should we go about this another way?
I kind of want to keep our current position.
What if we just try to find the wand and steal it?
I like that. Yeah. The easy way. Well, I want to do this the easy way. I don't really want to fight that wizard.
Does the wand have like a strong presence?
Do you have any way that you could sense that?
Not a specific feature.
Well, then no.
All right.
Because there are classes that allow that, like paladins, but you're not a paladin.
I'm a druid.
Yeah. However, Lunasith has detect magic.
Hey.
So, is it agreed on that you guys are going to try to steal the wand instead?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Alright, so with that being said, Lunasith casts detect magic. And now I have to find where in here it says that the wand is actually located. You must give me a moment. Okay, so Lunasith just like carefully raises her hand, and points over at Noak himself. And she's just like, the wand is over there in his coat pocket on his robes.
Oh boy.
I can sense it.
There needs to be pip.
What should we do then?
Could lure him out here. Think that might work?
Well, my distraction isn't gonna hold up forever.
Yeah. We do have the sheep. Real thing. He like glances at the sheep.
Well, how long does the stealth thing last?
For the stealth, that's an hour.
Oh, well, there you go.
I think the stealthiest go pick his pocket.
All right.
Let's see if she could cast Thaumaturgy again for advantage. Okay. So, Let me see. So Lunasith is like, okay, so with the stealth buff, I can cast Thaumaturgy again to try to distract him and like raise his eyes because he's looking down right now. And you, Arlo, you can sneak over there and swipe it.
Alright, yeah. And he's like rubbing his hands together. You know, he's getting ready.
Alright, so she kind of like just raises one hand and flexes it and then crunches it. And when she does so, all like the candlelight on the table around Noke begins to flicker and flash different colors, which makes him start to like be all like, oh bother, what is happening? And he starts like getting really flustered.
Alright,
give me that stealth roll with advantage and plus 10.
okay.
May the dice roll well.
Alright, okay. So I add the plus 10, and then he add his plus 9, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
He swipes that one. And you all are able to quickly scurry out while keeping Benefir quiet.
Good shit.
However, while you are scurrying out, Arlo, you notice almost immediately that there are like little sparks coming from this wand, as well as the wand seems to be cracked along the length of it, which may be causing the sparks to go off, but it doesn't seem right. But, you know, you're not super well versed with magic, so you don't panic right now. You are a little more focused on getting the hell out of there.
Yeah.
So with how great of a roll that was before and the rolls before that, you guys are easily make it past the apes and the bear once again.
Awesome.
Well, thank you for that 34.
Is anyone proficient in Arcana?
Nope.
I am not.
Okay. So, you know, as you guys are making it, you know, through the path and trying to get back to town as quickly as possible for safety reasons, can I please have everyone roll an Arcana check?
Roll a what?
Arcana.
Okay, sorry, you like broke out. I got a 13.
Amber, what did you roll?
I got a 22.
Hey.
Right, so as you guys are going, Giggles does see like the sparks as well, and Giggles can tell that the wand has probably been modified, almost so it can be used more often than the charges allowed, but overuse seems to have rendered it almost completely, if not mostly, unreliable. And you can tell that just by looking at it right now. But yeah, as you guys make it back to town, where do you go?
Why don't we go back to the tavern?
All right, that sounds fine.
Let's do it.
All right, so you all run back to the tavern. As you get back to the tavern, it becomes quickly apparent that the scroll of talk to animals has worn off. So all you're hearing from Fenethir is a lot of baaing. He doesn't seem able to speak anymore. And you guys are left with this modified wand of true polymorph, and you're not entirely sure what's going to happen, but you got it, and that's what you guys were after, and he needs to be turned back into a human. So,
All right.
what would we like to do? You got the wand. You got him.
Do we give the wand to the sheep?
I wouldn't do that right away. That one is a little unstable. Not the best in a sheep's. Huh?
Okay. So we gotta wait a bit.
Okay. So, Giggles. One more spell. Speak with animals.
Okay.
Hey.
So she's gonna cast that one.
All right.
It lasts 10 whole minutes.
All right, so when she casts it, she immediately hears Fenethir's bleeding go away. And obviously, only she can hear this. But
Yeah.
essentially, it's immediately like him, like being like, "What are you waiting for? Please turn me back into who I am, please."
So Giggles quickly takes the wand, quickly but carefully, and she kneels down to be at the sheep's height. She's like, "Well, the thing is, this wand doesn't look that stable. I don't know if it's really going to work, or maybe it's going to be too crazy.
Please,
What do we do?"
I am willing to do anything. I just want to be an elf again. I want to be myself again.
But what if you don't end up being yourself? What then?
I don't care. I can't stand being a sheep.
Are you sure?
Please.
Okay, so we should really take this outside just in case, because this isn't looking stable.
Whatever works. Please.
Okay, so Giggles turns to the party. Okay, well, she wants me to shoot him with this wand, so that's what we're gonna do. But we're gonna take it outside in case it gets a little too crazy. You guys want to join?
Yeah, well, yeah, sure. I guess. Arlo's gonna keep his distance. He's like, I want to see, but I don't want to die.
Lunasith she ain't afraid. She just kind of like, all right, well, we're just gonna do this.
Yeah, he's begging us. I'll give him what he wants.
All right.
It goes to side.
Who wants to do it then?
I can do it.
All right.
You're gonna use the wand?
I'll use the wand.
Okay.
Be careful.
I'll try.
All right. So, I need you to roll Arcana.
Oh. She got a 14.
So, as you swish the wand, and cast it. And it's almost in a burst, and it's a very unsettling sound as the magic like flows from the wand. And the color of the magic seems to be a deep purple. And even before the magic hits Thenethir, you see him going, "Oh no, oh no!" and as it hits him, you see the light engulf him, and there's like a flash, and then all that's left is a pile of wool.
A pile of what?
Wool. Like sheep's wool.
What's gonna happen with our money?
Did I just kill?
I don't think you killed him. Come on, with this magic, we can bring it back. That's how that magic shit works, right?
I don't think that's how it works.
Hey, we don't know that. I don't know that. Hey, you gotta,
And Lunasith just kind of slowly walks up to the pile of wool and just kind of looks at it. She's like, "You killed him."
No, I did kill a sheep and a wizard.
Sadly, Lunasith cannot use any of her like bring back to life spells because there's no body left.
Frick.
So there's just a pile of wool. No bleeding. No weird elf voice. It's not like he's hiding somewhere. There's just a pile of lightly burnt wool.
Should we bury him?
There's nothing to bury.
I mean, there's the wool. You could put it in a little box.
Yeah, we should bury him. That's the respectful thing to do.
Okay.
He really, really wanted to try.
Yeah. He's insisted. Even after the warning, I think he knew this was going to be one of the outcomes.
We couldn't hear what he was saying to you, but we could hear what you were saying to him.
Yeah.
So it seemed like this, he wanted to try no matter what happened.
I was just going to pat Giggles on the shoulder.
Giggle is like crying right now.
Oh.
Here, let's bury him. It's the right thing to do.
Yeah, I'll buy. When we get in there, I'll have a round of drinks on me. I'm gonna need one.
Me as well.
What is the wand looking like right now?
The wand is still all fucked up. It's still all it's still cracked. It still has sparks coming from it. It looks exactly how it did before you cast the spell.
Giggles is gonna keep her hands on it, but she's like giving her eyes some rubs with their free hand.
Why don't we just snap the wand?
Is that safe to do?
Give it to me.
Giggles just hands over.
And Lunasith kind of like grips the wand with both of her hands and like takes the pads of her thumbs and like puts them along like kind of like you're snapping like a bone.
Okay.
And she just snaps it. And as she does, like there's a little like spark, but then nothing. And she's like, well, why don't we put the wool in a box and we put his wand with him and we go bury him in the forest?
Yeah.
Everyone okay with that?
Yeah, it's good with me.
We tried our best. Come along, let's go.
All right.
Giggles quietly.
And they put the wool in a box with the broken wand and go out to like the line of the trees and dig a little hole. And it takes them a couple hours. But by the end, like, Lunasith is able to, like, read his last rites and whatnot. Doesn't even read them. She has them memorized as a cleric. And they're able to say goodbye to Thenafir. And when they're done, it's the sun. The sun is, like, rising. They were out all night doing this. But as the sun is rising, they're kind of left standing there at the gravesite, and they've kind of been standing there for, a half an hour, just kind of staring now that it's all over. And Lunasith is like, well, there goes that. There's not much else we can do.
Yeah. Bye, sheep. And he, like, turns around and starts to head back. He was a respectful bye, sheep, though, don't worry.
And Lunasith gives Giggles a pat on the shoulder, and it's just like, how about we just go get a drink then?
Yeah, Arlo offered, he can't take it back.
Giggles probably, like, pats the little gravesite and apologizes one more time. And then she gets up and she's like, I can get some milk.
Yes, some milk instead.
Arlo's just, yeah, I'm not gonna complain about that. It's only a copper piece.
And they head back to the inn and enjoy some oddly celebratory drinks. Kind of just chatting about what the fuck just happened. And how it's like a fever dream and they can't believe they helped a goat person. And that, my friends, was the wild sheep chase.
I like that.
Adventure.
Oh, it's
That was
freaking
cool.
messy.
That was all over the place, but I liked it.
I loved it.
I hope these three can become good friends.
Yeah, I think they did.
I think they become like a good trio.
Yeah.
Yeah. The very, very good trio.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I appreciate this. This went very well, and it actually only took us like 3 hours.
Yeah, we started a little late, too.
I'm so proud.
Like, that was like a decent length.
And I did some good rolls. Like, I'm...
Yeah.
That 34 was awesome.
I know. I am so happy about that.
Yes. Very, very, very good.
Arlo, my boy.
Yeah, that went really, really well. That was enjoyable.
I enjoyed it. That was definitely a good time.
Yeah, it was great.
So perfect. So perfect.
What'd you guys think of like the adventure as a whole?
I thought it was pretty good. I liked it. I
Yeah.
liked it a lot.
So
it was different.
Obviously, we went like a particular way about it, or they ended up stealing the wand instead of fighting anything.
Yeah.
But I feel like that worked out pretty well. It's very rare that we have like a party capable of being very stealthy.
Yeah.
So I think that went pretty well. I think it was pretty enjoyable.
Yeah, I had fun.
I actually want to draw now.
I have to take a shower, but I'm gonna find more things of Arlo's face claim.
Okay, yes, perfect.
Because I love him. I'm actually really surprised with how easily that character came across with me.
It's fine. It went well. I'm glad everyone enjoyed it.
Yeah.
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 Rip Fenethir.
Poor sheep.
He dead.
He might have annoyed the crap out of Arlo, but Arlo still give him respect in the end.
Yeah. Just to clarify, he was actually a elf wizard.
Okay.
Just to clarify.
Yeah, they just went along with it. They were like, yeah, all right.
Yeah, they just kind of accepted it.
Yeah.
We've heard crazier things.
Whatever.
I guess that's what we're going with now, guys.
2,000 gold and a cool hat.
Which they didn't even get.
Yeah, so Arlo's he's sad about that. He's gonna be glum for a while.
I'm sorry.
You know what?
Don't worry, he's gonna
suggest that they take the sprite quest after they celebrate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They still do that, yes.
Yeah, they're like, we need to get this money. We need to get money.
Arlo's gonna, probably while they're leaving town, Arlo's gonna be like pickpocketing some people. He's gonna
we need money, bro. We just lost out on $2,000.
Yeah, so he's like, give me a second. And he just gets up and he's walking behind people, he does a bump into them, takes their stuff. Now he's like, oh, I'm so sorry. Helps them pick stuff up,
Oh my god.
And he's like, and he comes back like 20 minutes later because he's like, just wait here. And he's like, look at all the stuff I got. He took like a bracelet. He's like, I found this really cool handkerchief.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Whatever
it's like,
floats the boat.
So that job too, yeah, we still doing that?
Yes, they are.
Absolutely.
Yeah, don't worry, Arlo can be their second source of income.
That'd be fantastic. Giggles doesn't even have a copper.
Oh god. So yeah, don't worry. So since they're friends now, Arlo he'll be like, yeah, he'll steal for his friends. It's okay.
Goodness.
And then he'll go to a bunch of different taverns and cheat while playing some card games.
Thank God.
Like he's that guy.
You know what? That's fine. That's
and
fine.
he always and he knows when people are getting suspicious, so he he's got a pretty good poker face. He's an asshole, a cocky bastard, but hey.
That's fine.
He looks back at them, he gives them like the okay symbol.
It's just like, oh my god. That's making you look suspicious.
Yeah, and he's like, don't worry about it. They think I'm an idiot.
They think you're an idiot, but yet they're losing to you.
Yeah, I don't. He like, he throws like a little like a bad card in there every so often. He's like a bad hand. God damn
Yeah.
it! So throws them off their game. Yeah.
Trying to make himself believable.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I
I
feel
love Arlo.
like this went pretty well.
Yeah,
definitely.
I can't believe how much I love Arlo. Like,
Yeah.
like I made him and like I did his character sheet while I was at school.
Literally, me too.
I was sitting like in a chair, like curled up, and I'm like on my phone.
I'm like really happy with how this went. Like really
Yeah.
happy. Like,
Yeah, I'll do a colored rep and everything for my boy Arlo.
good.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like this could have gone so many different ways, but it went well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
I think it was good that it was weird because you were talking about how like we didn't have a tank and we didn't have but they
we
didn't
ended up
die.
going a very stealthy route.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was fun.
Yes,
Yeah, I think
it
that was the best route for our character.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the only way it would have worked.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't want them to fight anything.
Yeah, they probably would have not had a good time.
Like they struggled a little bit with the first encounter.
Yeah.
And that was like, could you imagine how the other ones could have went?
I don't want to.
Yeah,
Yeah, I feel like these guys are always going to be taking those jobs that are like pure stealth.
Yeah. And they're constantly like, well, last time this didn't work, so let's try this instead.
Yeah.
they were wise.
Yeah, they trying.
I feel like they become like lifelong friends.
Yeah, I agree.
Honestly, they're like those three people you would never think would be friends. Like you see them separately, you're like, oh, okay. You see them all together, and you're like, huh?
You're like, what?
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 You friend?
Yeah, we buddies. Yeah, we got Giggles.
No.
We got Luna.
No. That's basically how it goes.
No, you were lying, man.
No. Pretty lady, no friend with you.
Ah, come on, I'm beautiful.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, and that goes on for like hours.
Oh my god.
And it's just like, Arlo being like, yes.
Oh my god.
With a good signature smirk on his face.
The person gives up because they're sick of talking to him.
Honestly, yeah, that's his thing. Not many people can handle talking to him for too long.
Even though they all become lifelong friends,
Will.
that is something that Lunasith can attest to.
Yeah, true.
She can't handle talking to him for too long.
Fair enough.
He does become like a really good negotiator, though.
Aww.
Starts out with throwing a hat into that situation, and I'll do it. But now that they're a team, he's gonna be, he's gonna want some more.
You're looking out.
No more hats.
I've never found a hat that like looks good on me. I'm trying to find one.
No more hats.
How about one more hat?
We
Let's try one
don't
more.
need any hats.
I mean, my head has.
You don't even look good in hats.
I'm trying to find what I look good in.
I
They're-
understand. But you
They're
don't,
whisper yelling.
you don't need a hat. We need money.
I could sell the hat if it doesn't look good on me.
The hat isn't gonna get you very much money.
I could tell people it's like a fucking magic hat. They'll be like, shit, boy, give me some of
Then I'm
that.
going to ask you to prove it, and I refuse to do thaumaturgy to make it catch on fire again.
Oh, come on. It's the money we want. You know you would.
I can't even believe this.
The Giggles, back me up here.
Alright.
Don't count on her to talk.
I caught that all on video.
Oh, good.
Oh.
Thank God.